In the year 1858, young Changyu Fatsi left his disaster-stricken hometown to make a living in Southeast Asia. He first worked as a clerk at a rice shop. He was appreciated by the boss of the rice shop thanks to his diligent work and received the first bucket of gold in his life. Later in Southeast Asia and China mainland, he successively established over 40 businesses and became the richest man in Southeast Asia. In 1892, with the dream of the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation with industry, Mr. Changyu Fatsi founded Changyu, the China's first wine company in Yantai. China at that time, without any industrial foundation for the winemaking, without any professional winemakers, so they recruited foreign winemakers by advertising on newspapers in Europe. After several rounds of screening, Baron Boba, a diplomat from a winemaking family, became the first winemaker of Changyu. Without any wine grapes, so they introduced wine grape seedlings from abroad. However, the introduced seedlings failed to adapt to the local terroir, and none of them survived in several years. It was finally succeeded until the introduced seedlings were grafted with local mountain grapes in Yantai. Building grand underground wine cellar has even less precedents to follow. By employing from local to Western construction methods and further to the method of combination of the both, it took 11 years to finally complete the project. Hard work finally pays off. 7 years after the company was founded, in 1899, Changyu produced China's first bottle of wine. 22 years after the company was founded, in 1914, Changyu produced China's first bottle of brandy. In 1915, at the Panama Pacific International Exposition in the US, Changyu's 4 wines made a great sensation and won 4 grand gold medals. For the first time, Chinese wines were emerging on the world stage. For over 130 years, generations of Changyu people have always been sticking to their original aspiration, like a diligent craftsman, who's always focused on his major business of winemaking that made from wine grapes without changing his track, year after year, month after month. By repeatedly honing and grinding, it never has had the least idea of wavering and giving up. To search for the more suitable wine grape plating field, Changyu people adopted the stupidest but most effective method. Each plot was planted with different wine grape varieties, and the wine was made separately in small tanks. By evaluating the quality of wines made from different wine grapes in different plot, to assess the quality conditions of each plot, the whole process would take many years to finish. If it did not went well, all the previous efforts would be lost. In Ningxia alone, they took 17 years to try almost the entire wine-producing area. 5,506 hectares of land has been trail planted successively. To carefully screen out merely 373 hectares of exclusive vineyards of the winery. By means of this craftsmanship and perseverance, today, Changyu has laid out in 18 major premium wine grape regions around the world, with its own vineyards and wineries. In order to make products with more competitiveness, Changyu hires wine experts from home and abroad every year to evaluate Changyu's various brands of wines, together with different world's top brands of wines of the same level, by benchmark blind testing, so as to find quality difference and to perfect its own products, and then continue to optimize the whole industry chain until achieve the leading position. It is by means of this innate, down-to-earth working spirit that Changyu honed out of the World XO Blind Testing Champion and the world's best-selling grand single product Blind Testing Champion, and many more brands that topped the list. In the year of 2023 and 2024, Changyu has won the first place in the world's strongest wine and champagne brands list for 2 consecutive years. With more than 130 years of accumulation for the next 100 years to come, Changyu will continue to hold fast to this craftsmanship spirit, because Changyu people firmly believe that only if they repeat time and time again and persevere year after year, can Changyu always keep the position as a pioneer and industrial leader of Chinese wines, and always be on par with the world's finest wines, and continue to receive the love of generations of consumers. Hard work pays off.